Yeah, baby.
How do you deal with the highs and the lows, the peaks and valleys, the fast and the slows, the pain and the pleasure everyone feels in the everyday life that's everyday real? How do you know when it's over and done? Pack up your bags, 'cause it's time to run. Get into your car, but you spin the wheels. That's the everyday life. That's everyday real. That's the everyday life. That's everyday real. With everyday pain that everyone feels. We have our ups and downs. Ain't no one to blame. When it comes to living, everyone's the same. Some days you're wrong and the next day you're right. Some days you lay back, other days you fight. Well, that's the pain and the pleasure everyone feels in the everyday life. That's everyday are going to appoint Mad Dog Mattis as our Secretary of Defense. But we're not announcing it till Monday, so don't tell anybody. Mad Dog. He's great. He is great.
Oh, no. 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 Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the Perch Church Basement of Love right here. I'm Mike Mad Dog Adams. It's a privilege and non-financial pleasure to be here on Friday night with my Perch Church friends. We're going to be singing and having some fun, checking in with everybody, and we have a special guest, the author of the book, The Ghost of Putin Bay, Daryl Lukas, will be joining us for some chat and tell us a little bit about the story and about his idea where it came from. And I read the book this past summer. It's a great book, a lot of fun, very easy, breezy kind of, anyway, we'll talk about that when Daryl comes on. Let's see who's in the house here, man. Let's see, Johnny V, no chicken choking. Well, we could get some chicken choking going. There's always room for chicken choking, don't you know? Jennifer Johnson, happy Friday. Let's see who else is in the house. I'm only getting 2 right now. I see that we have more viewers than that, but on the stream here, I only see 2 people here talking to me now. All right. Almost time for the 6 o'clock Perch Church social. I've been waiting all day. There's T.R. Himberg, Rick and Tracy are in, Jeff Sickles. Evening. I got my Kentucky bourbon ale here. And Tom Spalding. Tommy, we hardly do you. Russ Vaughn. Don and I are there, are here, are there, and everywhere. Are you someplace exotic, Russ? Where are you at this week? Marty Taylor, the party has arrived. Party Marty. You need to listen to Marty Stewart. Marty Stewart. I think he had an album called Party Marty or something back in the late 80s. Hey, Marty Stewart's really cool cat. Great player. Who else is in the house? Come on now, don't be shy. We got to get a few friends together so we can raise our glass at 6 o'clock for the social. I've got a Kentucky bourbon ale in here. You know how much I love that stuff. And it's like, I don't know, like 11% alcohol, I think. I really enjoy the stronger beers. Stephanie is here. Hello, Stephanie. I have been here for so long. So happy to be able to join you tonight. Well, thank you. We're glad to have you, man. We're just waiting for people to arrive as they're coming in. And I had my new intro. You know what? Let me try. I'm going to do my new intro again. I noticed the way you spelled hi there, Tom. That did not go by. Jeff Sickles. I'll wait till 6 o'clock and then do the new intro, which is actually the old intro from my old radio show on WPIB and WP3. But I pull it back out since Trump is running again. It's pertinent, I think. I don't know. I'm not endorsing anybody. Okay, you know who I'm about? Putin in 24. That's what I'm saying. That's right. Putin. I'm going to have T-shirts made up. It's going to say Putin 2024, and small letters. It's going to say Bay. Putin Bay 2024.
We are going to
Here it
appoint Mad Dog Mattis as our Secretary of Defense.
People get so pissed.
We're not announcing it till Monday, so don't tell anybody. Mad Dog. He's great. He is great.
Oh yeah. Of course, I lifted that from the when he assigned Mad Dog Mattis to his cabinet there. Was it the cabinet? Whatever. General Mad Dog Mattis was his main man for not very long. He gets good people, but they don't seem to stick around. Anyway. Let's see who else is in the house. Jennifer Johnson. My vote is for Mad Dog. Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't want the job, man. I'm a good guy. I try to be a good guy. You can't be a good person in those kind of jobs. There's no room for good. It's a whole different mindset, whole different world, at least from my point of view. And I sit in the cheap seats. That's why I try not to criticize too much. I try to look at all sides. You know what I mean? I mean, whether I agree or not, I try to take in all sides and then make, kind of formulate an opinion that based somewhat on not feelings and instinct, but also on information. And, it's really not that damn hard. Russ he says, we are home for a couple of weeks and then to Florida. Yeah. All right. Well, where are you headed at in Florida? Let's see if we got a picture. I got a picture. There we go. There they are. There's Russ and Donna. Up there in Grosseal, Michigan. Members of the Ford Yacht Club. You've had me up there many times, performing, hanging out, drinking, doing all kinds of crazy shit, having a lot of fun too. Anybody? Joey's here, Detroit-ish. Let me make you feel at home. Scotty Kesselmeyer, I am in my seat, and that seat is getting bigger as we speak. All right, it's 6:01. Somebody made me miss out. Bob Adamov is here. Happy Friday, Bob. I hope you're feeling better. We'll talk about Bob a little bit too. Bob just finished up his chemo and reportedly is doing well, doing good, and we're all, whenever you're ready, Bob, you come on and talk to the friends here, the family, the Perch Church family of love, ladies and gentlemen, on a Friday evening. From Cleveland, Ohio, I'm Mike Mad Dog Adams. Can I get an amen? Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get a social? Yes, Ziggy Zaggy, Ziggy Zaggy, hoi, hoi, hoi. Ziggy Zaggy, Ziggy Zaggy, hoi. 1, 2, 3, super. Ooh. Jackie Gleason was a big influence on my life. I never realized it until, well, actually, when I read his biography, written by James Bacon, who was his close buddy and a film critic, gossip columnist. But I remember Jackie Gleason's show. He'd come out and do his monologue, greet the audience. The audience, Miami Beach is the wonderful audience, and then he'd have some pretty girl come and bring him this little cup of like coffee, and he'd go, how sweet it is, because his whole character, he was known as a voracious drinker, a boozer of great excellence. Speaking of boozers of great excellence, people of great excellence, we lost somebody last 2 days ago. Of course, we lost Toby Keith a few days ago. And Mojo Nixon, if you've never heard of Mojo Nixon, a cultish guy out of San Diego, I believe. And he had some popularity in the late 80s and 90s. Him and his buddy Skid Roper, and they put out songs like Debbie Gibson is Pregnant with My Two-Headed Love Child, and Elvis is Everywhere. That was kind of charted, but he was kind of a counterculture figure, wild guy. I always liked him from being on in the afternoons on Sirius Satellite Radio, Outlaw Country. Mojo Nixon. Mojo, we're going to miss you, man. I hope they keep running those shows, because you ain't never heard nothing so good on than the loon in the afternoon. Here's the Mojo Nixon. God bless you. And I'm going to do a couple of Toby Keith songs in a little bit too. For those of you just coming in, welcome to Perch Church. We have the author of The Ghost of Put-in-Bay, Daryl J. Lukas, here with us tonight. He's going to be, we can even look at him. And that's Crazy Guggenheim. Bob Adamov says, I thought you loved, this is great. We got like 2 authors in the house, man. Crazy Guggenheim was, that was Frank Fontaine. Speaking, so odd you should bring that up, Bob, because Frank Fontaine played the character Crazy Guggenheim. He was a drunk guy who would come into Jackie Gleason's bar at the end of the show. And he would play this drunk, kind of like if you remember Foster Brooks, kind of like a Foster Brooks type of act. Very funny. And then he would break into this beautiful singing voice that didn't look like it came from him, like Jim Neighbors as Gomer Pyle. Whenever you listen to him sing, it was the same kind of thing. So that was Frank Fontaine. But oddly enough, Frank Fontaine had passed away after he came off stage, much like Mojo Nixon. Mojo Nixon's on a cruise, the Outlaw Country Cruise, and he apparently had a great show and partied it up, closed down the bar on the boat, and got up the next morning, had breakfast with his crew, and then that was it. He bought it, 66. So, hey, Sam Habian, how you doing, brother? All right. Well, maybe it's time for a song. Joey Palo, what's going on there, brother? And Patricia Baranski is Janie Vogel. Patricia Baranski, Janie Vogel. Jared Mellett. Is it Mellett or Mellow? Mellow. Or Mellow, like they call him Jared Mellow. Quite right. Say. I'm kind of in my Mad Dog thing here. I wasn't expecting this, but my grandkids are here. My grandson's Noah and Zach are upstairs with Michelle. Michelle won't be here because she's watching them. Kind of an emergency thing. I don't think a bad emergency thing, but just I'm always happy to see them. They are great little guys. Being a grandparent, it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. All right. Well, how about if I get my guitar out? Yeah, Toby Keith. You know what? What the hell? In honor of Toby Keith. Oh, I should have put a picture up there of Toby Keith. Let me see. I don't know if I'll ever get really great at this, but I sure enjoy doing it for you folks and for me also. Just we keep having us some fun. I need a better computer now. I realize that I need more powerful stuff too, because I'm actually getting good enough at it to be doing multiple things, multitasking and stuff like that. Let's see. What would be a good Toby Keith? Here we go. This might be the right picture. Yeah, Toby was a badass, man. That should be a song. Louis was a badass a long time ago. All right, to our amigo, Ziggy Zaggy. American girls and American guys, they'll always stand up and salute. They'll always recognize when they see old glory fly. There's a lot of men dead, so we can sleep in peace at night. We lay down our heads. My daddy served in the army, he lost his right eye. Threw a flag out in our front yard in the day that he died. He wanted my mother, my brother, my sister, and me to grow up and be happy in the land of the free. Now the station that I love has fallen under attack. A mighty sun punch came flying in from somewhere in the back. Soon as we can see clearly with our big black eyes, we lit up your world just like the 4th of July. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list. In the Statue of Liberty, Stalin shaking a fist. In the eagle will fly. There's gonna be hell when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing a bell. Let it seem like the whole wide world raining down on you. And it was brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Oh, oh, oh. Justice will be served, the battle will rage. This big off the box if you rattle this cage, and you'll be sorry that you messed the U.S. of A. We put a foot in your ass, it's the American way. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of this list. The Statue of Liberty started shaking his fist. Yeah, the eagle will fly. There's gonna be hell. Here for the freedom star, ringing a bell. Well, she got the whole wide world raining down on you. And it was brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Oh, yeah, it was brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Yeah, all right. We got winners, we got losers, chain smokers and boozers. We got yuppies, we got bikers, we got thirsty hitchhikers, and the girls next door dress up like movie stars. I love this bar. Yeah, we got cowboys, we got truckers, we got broken-hearted fools and suckers. We got hustlers, yeah, we got fatters, we got early birds and all-nighters, yeah. Bitterheads talk about their battle scars. Thank you, veterans. I love this bar. Hey, I love this bar. It's my kind of place. Walking across that wood floor puts a big smile on my face. Come as you are, it ain't too far. I love this bar. Yeah, we got short skirts, we got high chicks, blue-collar boys and rednecks. We got lovers, we got lookers. You can see some dancing girls. Hey, where's all the hookers? We like to drink our beer from a big red bucket. Yeah, if you don't like a roundhouse bar, you can just go in. I like my truck, I like my truck, I like my girlfriend, I like your girlfriend too, dude, yeah, yeah. I like to take her out to dinner and do her now and then, right on that bar. Oh, I better get back. I'm not going to do the rest of this version, I might upset a few people. Yeah, there's no cover charge. It ain't too hard. I love this bar. Well, hell, who don't love the Roundhouse Bar? Yeah, cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha. Yeah, I love this bar. Danger. Oh, but here we are at the Perch Church. I hope that was good for you. I like my little graphics and everything. I'll be doing the freaking weather here. Cold front is moving in from the north. Hell, let's see what else is going on here. I worked up a little bit of thirst. I want to see if anybody else come in. We got new people coming in. See, I wish I could keep the chat up while I have to keep other things. I have to go back and forth between the chats, so there's a little lag time. It's like you remember when you used to be able to float a check, you know? Shit, now you won't even be able to spend cash anymore. It's over, baby. All we can do is just watch. John Zich or Zick? I would bet it's Zich. John Zich, welcome. How are you? Hey, yeah, my pleasure, man. I was, yeah, Toby Keith. You know, I love the song with America Girls, America Guys, The Angry American, I think it was called. I love that song. I never cared for the line, "We'll put a boot in your ass. It's the American way." I never thought that was the American way. I thought the American way was. But the power of that line when he put this song out after 9/11, it was the way people felt. So in the zeitgeist, in the moment, that line worked. It was powerful and moving and brought people together. And it's funny because I don't think that line ages well. Doesn't take anything away from the song. Still a great song, powerful song, and I love doing it. Anyway, Toby Keith, by God, sorry to lose him. So I'm thinking, what could we have on Toby Keith's headstone? Right. Well, see, on my headstone, because I'm here to preach my philosophy of life. What's my philosophy of life? I haven't said it yet because I tell you're in the Perch Church. You know what my philosophy of life is. Every day above ground is a good day. That's right. And on my tombstone, I'm not joking. I'm serious. I worked at the cemetery, and that's where I got the ideas from. The idea of putting something funny on the stone, right? And on my old man's stone, my dad, Johnny Vegas, was a real gambler, and we used to play video poker for days and weeks at a time all around Nevada. But I put Royal Flush on his. He loved that with a hand. But on mine, it's going to say, "Here lies Mike Mad Dog Adams. Every day above ground is a good day." And at the bottom of my stone, it's going to say, "Bad day. Bad damn day." See, I like that. See, on Toby Keith's, I think we could put Toby Keith, "I'll never smoke weed with Willie again." Right? Yeah. I think he'd like that. See, you got to think outside the box. You know what I mean? Who else in the house here? Laura Lynn Hyatt. How you doing, sweetheart? Nice to see you. Karen Schroeder says it ended. What ended? Did they take me off the air already? Robert from it cuts it off after the K. Good to see you, though. Teresa Druziski. Tom Mancini is in the house, I think. Tom, well, we had a good time with you guys. Thank you again so much. Wonderful time. Oh, Pittsburgh in the house. By God, what's going on down in Pittsburgh? For those of you not in this part of the country, it was 60 today here in Cleveland and the north coast of Ohio. And yesterday it was almost 60. Very unseasonable, for February. I'll take it, damn it. I'll take it for sure. Hello from Seminole, Florida. Don, how are you? Vandeput. Craig Boyd, Red Solo. Oh, Red Solo Cup. I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. That's all I know. It's like 3/4. Red Solo. That was one I never warmed up to. I thought it was just kind of, it was silly. I like fun songs, though, and I appreciate it. 63 in Pittsburgh today. Brian Travelick, how are you, my friend? And you're Daryl's agent, huh? Well, good for you. Okay, let's see. Do we need another picture? Let's see. Let's see what we got in the picture department. Let me show you a few pictures and do a couple more songs. And you know what? I wasn't going to drink because I say that all the time. Yeah. Last night I was visited by the ghost of Christmas debt, so I started early this weekend. Tomorrow night, Mr. Ed's. You can see that right down there. Mr. Ed's, Port Clinton, Ohio. 7:00 show. Our Perch Church group. Going to be some tambourine conch blowing, playing, chicken, yeah, just us having fun, right? Here we go, Friday Night Social. Ziggy Zaggy, Ziggy Zaggy, hoi, hoi, hoi. Ziggy Zaggy, Ziggy Zaggy, hoi, hoi, hoi. Ein, zwei, dry, not dry. Ein, zwei, wet, super. Now I got Red Solo Cup going around in my head, man. Red Solo Cup, I fill you up. Let's have a... God damn it, I'm going to have to learn that song now. All right, we need another picture for some inspiration. Here, check this out. Look at that handsome lad. Yep, the Melody Lounge on Lorraine Avenue, 116th and Lorraine Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio. I was barely 18, I think. I think I was 18 years old there. I was playing bars in Cleveland when I was 16 years old. Different time, man. That's ancient times now, man. But I lived on the periphery of all the entertainment stuff going on. In fact, I wrote for the C magazines here. I did concerts, reviewed concerts. I opened for people. I did a lot of stuff, worked in the radio a bit. And here we go. All right, let's see. And here I am playing in my basement as an old man. This is how it ends up right here, right now. I'm not complaining, not one bit. Not at all. I'm going to do a song that I've done here before. We're going to have our buddy Daryl coming on sometime between 6:30 and 6:45. So you want to stick around for that. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news all the time, because every week I was going, we lost this person, we lost that person, it's just crazy, It's just makes you want to appreciate every damn day. My buddy Rafe Goldbach and his duo with Tommy Coughlin, the Dead Flowers. This was a song. I wasn't going to play this either, but I like winging it. I like, I get it. I put together a little outline in my head before the show. I have notes to look at if I want, stuff on file. But I really like winging it. There's a certain energy about trying to take the show wherever the audience is. Problem is with this type of an audience, it's all written word. I can't get the feedback, so I have to. Anyway, getting back to Dead Flowers. I know I did this song last week for Rafe, and but this was like one of my big songs back then. I look at this picture and I go, Dead Flowers. That's like my Dead Flowers era. When you're sitting there in your silk upholstered chair, talking to some rich folks that you know. I hope you don't see me in my ragged company. I could never take the pain. Take it down, little Susie, take it down. I know you think you're the queen of the underground. Yeah, you can send me dead flowers every morning. Send me dead flowers by the mail. Send me dead flowers to my wedding. You won't forget to put roses on your grave. Now when you're sitting back in your rose pink Cadillac, you're making bets on Kentucky Derby Day. In my basement room with a needle and a spoon, another girl to take my pain away. Take it down, little Susie, take it down. I know you think you're the queen of the underground. Ooh, you can send me dead flowers every morning. Send me dead flowers by the U.S. mail. Send me dead flowers to my wedding. You won't forget to put roses on your Send me dead flowers every morning. Send me dead flowers by the U.S. mail. Send me dead flowers to my will. Yeah, I won't forget the good roses on your grave. On your grave. 'Cause yes, I'm already gone. And a little Eagles at the end there. All of a sudden I started hearing the Eagles. Yeah, I'm already gone. I dedicate that song to that guy right there. That cat right there, man. Lots of balls. Lots of balls. All right. Moving on. Let's see if anybody else joined us in the house. We have our friend Daryl Lukas, the author of The Ghost of Put in Bay, going to join us probably in about 10 minutes or so. He's waiting. He's watching the show and ready to go. And I'm really looking forward to introducing him to you folks. And because the book it's a very touching book. The Ghost of Put in Bay. Let's see who else is here. Karen Schroeder, Biggie Maggie from Harrison Township, Michigan. Karen Hartley, wait, I thought Wild Bill was Daryl's agent. Karen Schroeder, well, okay, now they're talking to each other. That's okay. That's good. We're missing. We got some new people, of course, tonight. We're missing some of our regulars here tonight. I don't see Mimi or Lois or where's Marty at? I saw Marty earlier. He's in the house. Jeff or John Schilt. Hey, John. John and Debbie joining the Perch Church from Chardon, Ohio. There used to be a restaurant, an Amish restaurant out in Chardon. When I was a kid, we used to go to that, and they served family style. At Auburn Corners, maybe. And one of the first gigs my band and I played at, the Country Inn. It was called the Country Inn in Chardon, Ohio. You guys get beat up on snow out there. Woo! Roberta, hey girl. All right, Craig. Red Solo Cup. Bob Adama, Mad Dog's ringtone on my phone is Red Solo Cup. Yeah, I like that. But we can get you one of my songs to. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do one of my songs, and then I think we're going to have our good friend Daryl Lukas join us. I'm just checking to make sure I got everybody. Tim made it. Oh, Tim is just leaving Tiffin. I'm ready for a social. I'll be home in time for Lake Effect. I got to do Lake Effect for Tim because he believes that song was written for him. And sure, it was written for people who would appreciate it. That's what it's written for. So it was written for you. That's a way to look at it. There's my daughter, Kristen Adams. How you doing, Kristen? Guess what? We have Noah and Zach. And I would bring them on, but when we had Noah on 3 years ago, Marty Taylor egged him on. Marty Taylor. Anyway. Chrissy's out in California there getting rained on, man. She wants me to come out and do the Academy Awards with her. And I'd love to. I just don't know if I can make it happen. Late again for the church. Oh, that's all right. You know what? Just as long as you make it at least once a year during Easter time. That's at least you got to make the Perch Church at least once a year. All right, let's get another picture up there. Chat going down we're motorboating down Mammary Lane. We got Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. I couldn't tell you one song that she does, but I like her. I mean, I like what she kind of stands for. At least that's what I don't. What the? I don't know. She's like the white Beyonce. You know what I mean? She's just like the every woman, but uh, she, what was it? Times Man of the Year, Person of the Year, I should say, Person of the Year, and a billionaire. Wow. What would I do with that? What would I do with a little money? Oh, let's see. I need one more good one. I want to do one of my own songs. It's not Lake Effect, though. Let's see. I haven't thought about what I want to do. Well, let's get a Lake Erie kind of song now going here. What do you think? This is a great old map, isn't it? You like that? I want to do this song, and I'm gonna have a shot. These are small shots. We're not. These aren't the Mad Dog at doing the show pounding doubles. This is like half of it's a small single. Tomorrow we'll have fun. Social is Ziggy Zaggy, hoy, 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 Ziggy Zaggy, hoy, hoy, hoy. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Oh, yeah. All right, one of my songs, and then it's time to bring on our special guest this evening. Oh, well, you know what? Let's do our national anthem. Or I should start off the show with this song all the time, but yeah, I'm drinking with my Facebook friends. I'm drinking with my Facebook friends. Everybody knows you don't have to wear clothes. Everybody goes where the fun never ends. You don't even have to shower. And it's always happy hour. Happy hour. When you're drinking with your Facebook, drinking with your Facebook. Drinking with your Facebook friends again. Drinking with your Facebook friends. Here we go. Oh, I'm drinking with my Facebook friends. Yeah, I'm drinking with my Facebook friends. Everybody knows you don't have to wear clothes. Everybody kind of goes where the fun never ends. Oh, you don't even have to shower. It's always happy hour. Drinking with your Facebook, drinking with your Facebook, drinking with your Facebook friends again. Drinking with your Facebook friends. I went downstairs to my office, got on the internet. Who I was gonna find around here was anybody's pet. Up there on the computer screen, much to my surprise, there were people showing dirty pictures, telling great big lies. And they were drinking with their Facebook friends. What? Drinking with their Facebook friends. Quality time with a bottle of wine. You can stick it where the sun don't shine. If you don't like our friends, don't come around here again. Drinking with your Facebook, drinking with your Facebook, drinking with your Facebook friends again. Drinking with your Facebook friends. You poke me, I'll poke you. That's the kind of shit we like to do. Drinking with my Facebook friends. Drinking with my Facebook friends. I'm just kicking back at my marble shack with a big fat doobie and a bottle of Jack. Oh, if you don't like my friends, don't come around here again. Drinking with my Facebook, drinking with my Facebook, drinking with my Facebook friends again. Drinking with my Facebook friends. Help me out. Oh, I'm drinking with my Facebook friends. Drinking with my Facebook friends. Everybody knows you don't have to wear clothes. Everybody kind of goes where the fun never ends. Oh, you don't even have to shower. You can get drunk and snow wild on top of the Eiffel Tower. Drinking with your Facebook, drinking with your Facebook, drinking with your Facebook friends again. I'm drinking. Yes, I'm drinking with my Facebook. Facebook friends. Little Ella Fitzgerald thrown in at the end there. Is it live? Remember X? Great with my Facebook friends. Whew. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, thank you for joining us here on a Friday night. I hope you're having some fun. Michelle is my Taylor Swift. Yes. Okay. Right. Gregory Vavrick loves it. Yeah. Hey, let's see some of the love here, kids. If you're having a good time, please let me know. Friday night, because I can't hear. I can't, if an audience doesn't like me and I got a live audience, I can tell right away. Wouldn't be the first time. I always have the people ask me, they say, are you going to have a good show? And I always say, the show is only as good as the audience. And they can agree, but then they think about that and they go, well, that's kind of, but it's true. If I have an audience that just isn't in the mood, something big in the news happens, something tragic, and they have, it's hard for people to get that out of their head. So anyway, that's another conversation, another story. Shane Kleeman drinking with Mad Dog Adams on Facebook. Hey, we had a great show in Hamster, Ohio, Hamler, Ohio. I like saying Hamster, Ohio. It's just up around the bend from Gerbilville, Gerbilton, Ohio. Hamler, Ohio. We had a great time. It ended up being a sold-out show, and actually, I have to say that a bunch of the tickets sold out while we were doing this show. And I had the phone number going like I do tonight for Mr. Ed's tomorrow. And that was really encouraging. Now, I don't know if that was a coincidence or not, but I like to think that it had some impact. Ann Witt Smith is around. How you doing, Ann? And I'm sure Ralph Wilbanks ain't too far behind. And maybe even Mongo is in the house, and Sarah. Let's see. Brian Tavlik is here. Dave Stasko is in the house. My buddy Karen Hartley. I thought, well, okay. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to see if we can't get our friend. Let me put up the picture. I really have to. It's all right. And so what if I don't? This is Daryl's book, The Ghost of Putin Bay. I have a copy sitting here buried in. If you can see the books and everything I got, it's like I can't find it. I'm sorry, because I wanted to hold it up. And the reason why I asked Daryl to join us is because I liked the book. I liked the story, and I thought maybe you guys would like it too. And so without further ado, let's see if we can't get Daryl here, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Daryl.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Welcome to the Perch Church show. Hey, Diane. How you doing?
Hi there. Hello.
So anyway, welcome. We have some friends here, and we wanted to tell them about the ghost of. But first of all, you're up in Michigan. Where at?
Right on the state line. We're in Temperance. You could throw a football to Ohio. We're right on it.
So you guys don't really know who to root for when it's the Ohio State Michigan.
Oh,
game,
no.
No, we absolutely know who to root for.
You guys go both ways, don't you? I can figure that out myself.
No, we're big Ohio State fans. So
are you really? Oh, well, you got to come down to the Mr. Red's Ohio State game then when we do that. You're big Ohio State fans? All right.
Yeah, we're huge.
Well, anyway, so is this your first? I'm just going to ask you questions like we've never chatted before because we've only met briefly twice that I can recall, maybe 3 times.
Right.
But usually it's after a show, and I'm worthless after a show. I mean, We're just in terms of remembering who I talked to and what I said, and this and that. And then there's a shit that you remember. You go, how did I remember that? I don't know. But I seem to recall you and I having a couple of conversations out behind the roundhouse.
Yeah.
You and Diane come to the show, and
Mm-hmm.
and we talked about your book, The Ghost of Putin Bay.
Yes, sir.
And is this your first book?
My first novel. I have a couple collections of poetry that I've written, but poetry really doesn't pay the bills. And my wife was telling me, why don't you, write a book? And I had thought about that for some time, and finally sat down and did it.
I'd like to hear some of the poetry, man. Now, do you?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. If I can show you something right here, this is our dog Charlie. This is one of my poetry. This is probably my favorite one. It as if faith can be somehow learned, and there's our Bubba Charlie right there on the cover. I have a lot of beer drinking bar poems that I will share with you at some time. I'm sure you'll like. How's that?
Are they originals?
Oh yeah. Everything's original, no doubt.
Nothing you can share right now, like a little teaser.
I could read one right now, but
I would love to hear one. A beer drinking. Yeah?
Well, I'm gonna have to put the cheaters on.
I dabble in poetry a little, you know.
Okay. Well, let's see. I used to
you didn't ask for it here in your mind.
I used to frequent a bar hell, I frequented a lot of bars in Toledo. I mean,
across from the depot, I know.
Now that one too. And I was at a bar we used to go to after work, and there was this old lady who sat there. She was in the same stool all the time, and you'd go up and you would talk to her, and she would just talk your ear off about anything. But anyway, her name is Irene, and so that's the title of the poem. Irene. She sits waiting on her bar stool with cigarette in hand, and peers out into the night at what used to be her city, now strangers to one another. She sits waiting in the darkness, in the shadow of her youth, for the suitor who never comes, who never magically appears through the wispy clouds of her freshly puffed Pall Mall, though lurking round every corner of time and place. So she waits. She sits waiting like her city, once so cavalier, and speaks of downtown and the Tidkeys building, of Swain Field and the Mudhens, of Willie's Overland and the Jeep, of cherry blossoms in the spring in her mother's backyard. She speaks of anything to anybody willing to listen, while she sits, waiting for the sealed envelope, for the loved one's ear, for the kiss goodbye. That's Irene.
Ooh, nice, man. Nice.
Thank you, sir.
Really?
Thank you for the applause.
Thank you, honey. Not you, my other honey. Can we have another one?
Sure.
No?
Yeah.
You don't have any of those drinking poems handy, do you?
Well, I have one right here. Once again, I'm no good without my specs on. It's a bitch getting old, Mike. I'll tell you what.
You're preaching to the choir here on Perch Church, man.
Okay, now here's another bar I used to frequent. In this, I combined a few things in here. This is called Summer Wind, after the Frank Sinatra song. It's Summer Wind. There are better things in life, I'm sure, than to be sitting in a bar on a weekday afternoon with the sunlight softly filtering through the half-drawn shades and feeling the subtle breeze as it continues to gently blow from one open door to the other, and listening to the traffic and to the jukebox play Sinatra while leaning back and drinking another beer, and smelling the aroma of fajitas in the air as it comes drifting from a restaurant down the street, and staring at a photograph that's hanging on the wall of a legendary football player named Bronco Nagurski, as if it were a painting left inside a Spanish cave of antelope and bison and deer. And as the rest of the world goes on spinning outside with people doing whatever it is that they do, wondering about what could have happened to the saber-toothed tigers and woolly mammoths while remembering the greatest fullback that ever lived. Yes, there are better things in life, to be sure, but not many. And that's Summer Wind.
Right on, man. Nice. Nice.
This one.
I was expecting something like, the one with a man-to-man puppet.
Yeah, but like I said, Mike, they don't pay the bills.
That was really nice. I'm glad I asked you to read those, and thank you for reading those. No, but because I'll tell you why. I'm listening, and what I'm hearing is your prose in the Ghost of Put-in-Bay. I can see the style. I could see that there's some similarities. So you decided to do a whole story instead of a book of poetry.
Well, it's funny. I was when I was getting published with things, I would read what publishers were looking for, and I read one that was really interesting. And this publisher was looking for a combination of prose, poetry, short stories, everything. And that sort of gave me the idea. I said, well, maybe I could have a character and incorporate the poetry there. So the character in The Ghost of Put-in-Bay, Old Joe Stachowiak, dabbles in a little poetry himself, some short stories and what have you. So when I saw that, it really it rang a bell for me, and that helped.
Was Old Joe your protagonist? Was he a real person?
No. I ran into a buddy not too long ago, and he went to grade school with me, and he said, hey, Daryl, your Old Joe, was that after Rob Stachowiak, who we went to school with? And I said, no, not really, but I always liked the name. I just always liked that name, Stachowiak. And Old Joe just sort of, rung a bell with me. And so I went with it.
Where did the story come from? I mean, just right out of thin air, or did you go on a couple of benders there yourself?
Well, yeah, man, Mike, you know me. You know me very well.
I just need to back up a second for our listeners, viewers. That Old Joe. Well, will you summarize? Can you give everybody a Cliff Notes version of the story so they know what we're talking about?
I'll give you a minute or two recap real quick here. So The Ghost of Put-in-Bay, the main character is, like Mad Dog said, Old Joe Stachowiak, and like the book cover says, he's an alcoholic, and he also has cancer. He's dying of cancer. You don't know this until further in the book.
He's living at Put-in-Bay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of a stretch.
Well, the whole thing about Put-in-Bay, it's his favorite place on earth.
I know. And
so he basically is going to go there to finish off his life and to die. Yeah. And to be honest with you, I for a long time
that's not evident up front in the book, right?
I'm sorry?
That is not evident up front in the book.
No, not per se. You get this, even though I do introduce Put-in-Bay in the first chapter, because a lot of people aren't going to be familiar with Put-in-Bay. Yeah. But as far as you asked me about writing and what have you, I had always thought Put-in-Bay would be an excellent backdrop for a book. I mean, how can you miss? Put-in-Bay is so lively, and I thought, boy, you throw a couple good characters in there, and that's just fun. But I couldn't find the hook. something to sort of all come together. And then as it worked out, a couple years back, I was at Put-in-Bay at a bar having a beer, go figure. And what bar was I at? I might have been at I don't know if I was at Frosty's. Anyway, the guy next to me out of the blue says, Put-in-Bay is the closest thing to heaven. And then he says, when I die, I wanna come back here. And boy, did that just register with me. And I'm like, the first word I thought about was purgatory. And I thought, wouldn't that be an interesting book? Because you were talking about the end of the book. Wouldn't that be an interesting book if I could combine Put-in-Bay with purgatory? I think it was Ernest Hemingway who said, every true story ends in death. Well, I thought this is fiction, so I could take it a step further. He dies. So the whole book to me is about what happens to old Joe when he dies. Does he go to heaven? Was the thing.
Yeah.
And, I guess I should explain, because no one talks about purgatory anymore. But when I was a kid, I went to a Catholic grade school. Yeah. And we had nuns teach us religion classes so they taught us about heaven and hell. But this place, purgatory, was like a halfway house. It was a go-between. The idea being, if you weren't good enough to go to heaven right when you died, you went to purgatory. Or conversely, if you weren't bad enough to go straight to hell, you went to purgatory. And I had to be like, I don't know, 10 years old when they're telling me this. And it sounded good at the time, but there was always a problem with that. And the problem was, I'm saying, but wait, that when the nuns would say they stay in purgatory until they get enough grace on their soul to go to heaven, I was like, they're dead. How are they going to get grace on their soul? But then in my 10-year-old brain, I figured it out, Mike. You know what it was? I said, I know what it is. God must take the souls from purgatory and make them guardian angels. And then if they're a good guardian angel, they get extra grace and they go to heaven. You see that seemed to be a good idea for me at the time. But now fast forward to now, and that's pretty much the premise of the book. Because the narrator of the entire story is the guardian angel of old Joe. He tells the whole story. So when you're reading the book, and you can when you're reading the book and you can read old Joe's thoughts and his dreams, that's why, because he's sort of like the third person, telling the story.
Oh, that's a cool story, man. It's but thank God you didn't wind up like the pagan babies in limbo.
Oh, you had some. You must have some Catholic teachings yourself there.
I went through 12 years.
Well, there you go.
I performed on TV on Mass for Shut-ins.
No kidding.
Yeah, I was a boy. I was in the choir. I was all had that. I went to St. Ignatius.
That's outstanding. That's one of the chapters in the book is Mass for Shut-ins.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that's right where it was. But here's the thing now. At the end of the book, I might as well just say it for those who haven't read it. Old Joe dies, but he doesn't go straight to heaven either, because he has some issues with his alcoholism and everything else.
He's dying from the get-go anyway. We know that these are his last
right days. Exactly.
So it's kind of a chronicle of his last days and how he's wrapping up his final chapter.
Right. He knows it. And as you get into the book, the reader figures it out. And here's the catch, though. Old Joe is like a special category. So he becomes a guardian angel too, but not for a single person. Old Joe becomes the guardian angel for all of Put-in-Bay. Hence the title, The Ghost of Put-in-Bay. But I should tell you, when I titled it, I had like a dual purpose, because Old Joe in death is like a spirit or an angel. But in life, the way that I picture it, he was a ghost. Because of his alcoholism, he sort of lost his soul. He lost his way. So the whole book is a story of redemption, because old Joe is trying as hard as he can to be a good guy. And in the book, it says he still believes himself to be a good guy, even though he's wayward. But there's a couple flashbacks that show that he he is a good guy. So the whole thing, the whole story is old Joe going to go to heaven? Is he going to commit enough good works to redeem himself to go to heaven. So in a nutshell, that's the book.
Well, now did he have enough good works before the book?
Well, well, yeah, that's a good question. I think that's the question for everyone. And you were just talking earlier about how many people were losing in the music, and I was just looking before we came on at Toby Keith, and they showed his last television appearance, and you could tell, he's sang songs forever in his life, but how heartfelt that last, when he was talking about I think it's called Don't Let the Old Man In.
That was from Clint Eastwood film a couple years back.
Okay.
And yeah, it's about
right.
Death Away.
Right. And it just, you could tell it was so emotional for him. So, I mean, we're all going to cross that bridge at some time. No doubt.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing, what I found interesting was that the story was complex in its simplicity. It's and I'm getting even more out of it now, talking to you, hearing how you see it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did it start out that way, or did it gel into that?
Well, it's
those concepts.
Once I heard that guy say that was my hook. Like I said, okay, purgatory. I write a preface to the book showing what Put in Bay is. And in it, I never use the word purgatory or anything. I sort of lead people along.
Yeah,
but
no, you don't go religious on us. It's not a religious thing.
Right, but I got to tell you something here too. When I was writing this book, and like I was saying, the guardian angel narrator, and no bullshit here, Mike. When I was reading this to myself, I said, who'd be the perfect voice for that guardian angel? Would be Mad Dog. I said I was, when I was reading it, and I guess I should tell your audience, we've had discussions about I would like to make an audio book, and I went to Mike and said, would you be interested in this at all? Because your voice, Mike, after all these years is so textured and has such nuance. That only comes from drinking and laughing
and living
and
life.
singing. So I don't want one of these AI voices doing.
I'll take that as a compliment. Oh no, you don't want to. Boy, I hate watching YouTube and getting that AI stuff, man. It's like, it's so annoying. It really it discredits the content.
Oh sure, absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely.
I'd like to. I'll do the audio version.
Well, I said, I know your fans would get such a charge out of that. There's no doubt about it.
That's probably true. Yeah. I know they're going to enjoy the book if they get a chance. Before I forget, I'm not wrapping you up. I just want to. Where can they get the book?
Oh, thank you, honey. Grab another beer here. It's on Amazon. I'll share a beer with you there, Mike. It's on Amazon Books. And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna
wait a minute. It's on
Amazon Books. You just type in the title and it shows up.
Let me see if I can do this. Bear with me just a second.
The link is in. Yeah, I guess my wife is telling me the link is in the chat. I don't really speak that lingo, but I guess that's what it is. So.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. Here, there's a Kindle edition.
Yes, there is.
Okay.
And that audiobook space, that's what we're waiting for there, Mike.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I'll tell you also, for those people going to your show tomorrow, my wife and I are going to be there, and maybe I'll throw some copies in the Jeep.
You know what? You absolutely should throw some copies in the Jeep. I'm looking for the link here, the Ghost of Put-in-Bay on Amazon. I'm getting the Kindle version.
Hey, Mike, while we're waiting, can I tell a little story here?
Sure, by all means.
The first time I ever saw you perform,
Maybe
this
not.
was this was mid '80s, and it was at the Roundhouse. I was with a couple buddies of mine. I had never seen you before. We walk in, and you're playing and having a good time. You were a bit of a badass back then, Mike. You were a big guy, and I remember you weren't wearing your skull cap then. You had like a hat. Anyway, you're playing, and what I remember is some guy in the front starts giving you a hard time, and you guys start jawing back and forth a little bit. And after a while, you had enough, and you just look at him and you go, "Hey, buddy, why don't you go, F yourself?"
Well, I do that. And I'll do that tomorrow night several times.
I said to my buddies right then, I go, "I like this guy." I go, "Now he's my kind of people." And
well,
as I recall, Mike, that guy shut up pretty quick. Once he knew you were serious, he wasn't talking anymore.
Well, the thing is that I've always approached the whole concept, and since I was young, because I've been Mad Dog since I was 16 years old, and
Right.
It's always been my performing name, and I always approached it as a character, as a wrestler, as a different phases of my career. When I did stand-up comedy, when I did outlaw music, and I lived those lives, and I embodied it all into this character that like a wrestler, like a professional wrestler.
Right.
And that's how I viewed it. I mean, I couldn't live this long and have the life I've lived if I was like that 24/7, if I was like that off stage all the time. Now I would have my moments. And when I was younger, it was more, like you get the character would kind of take over your life in a sense. But
that's interesting.
Yeah. Well, it does to me, especially if that's how you're making your living,
Sure.
I always looked at it like, one night I'd be working in a 5-star hotel, or the next night a comedy club. The next night I'll be playing for punk rockers in a lumber town and an Indian reservation and everything. Biker bars, drive-in theaters. I did it all,
Right.
And you have to get that hardened shell on you too. I'm a senior citizen now. I'm a grandpa. I survived all that bullshit, man.
Yeah. I hear you.
Do it all again, but
yeah,
a little bit different now.
Right.
Anyway,
right.
Enough about me. Let's talk about me. Here we go. How's that? Can you see that?
Yeah.
The Ghost of Put-in-Bay, ladies and gentlemen. And by Daryl J. Lukas. That's I don't know if that link is helpful or not. But you get the idea, folks. You can go to Amazon.com. If you're in the Port Clinton, Ohio area tomorrow night, by all means, Daryl and his lovely wife, Diane, who helped set up the Daryl was afraid to do the computer thing, but
I'm a mess.
Been with us. I'm doing the best I can on this stuff, but anyway, it's a challenge, and I get I'm really glad you came on to do the show with us. I really
thank you.
appreciate it, and I, of course, Bob Adamoff?
I was not introduced to him, but I was at Put-in-Bay one time when he was there, and I was trying to introduce myself, and that never happened. But I know of him very much.
That's Bob Adamoff right there.
Yeah. There you go.
Bob is the sweetest guy, one of my dearest buddies, and we became buddies when he was, because much like you, years ago, I've been there since 1980, And I always wanted to write a book with Putin. I always felt the same way. I mean, it's just so rich with kids. And if you knew
Oh,
scenes what goes on, holy shit, man, they can make movies, they can make all kinds of stuff, you know? And
uh,
and I always, and along comes Bob, and he writes this book about Putin, man. He's hawking it out on in the park and, you know, doing his thing. And we have a conversation, and Bob says that, he says, well, my next one, this was going to be his third one. Third one? Nah, I can't remember. Anyway, long story short, I said, look, if you ever need any help promoting it, whatever, I love promoting talent, trying to help people who are sincere in what they're doing as an art, and you know, whether it's a writer or a poet or a musician or, you know, singer songwriter. I just think that we all need to kind of encourage each other. And
oh, absolutely.
until you bite me in the
Absolutely.
ass, then you're done with it. Anyway,
Hey,
so Bob Adamov is a good writer, man. He's a great writer. You guys need to get together. Just
you
to,
definitely will.
and maybe I could get you and Bob together on one of the shows.
Oh, that sounds great. Hey, can I ask you, tomorrow's show, Mr. Ed's?
Yeah.
I have to tell you, I don't know how many times I've seen your show, just countless times. And I love your show, but I got to tell you my favorite part of your shows. Of course, I love your guitar playing, your singing, and the whole thing is great. But invariably, when there'll be people who get up to leave, and when you do that thing, when you say, hey, wait a minute, I play folk songs, and you break into Danny's song, and even though we ain't got money, I'll tell you what, Mike, that cracks me up every damn. I just think that's the funniest thing, and you get the whole crowd singing that. That's hilarious.
It's price. I appreciate hearing that. My buddy Pat Daly had a routine where he would get the audience to say, he would say, I gotta go, and then the audience would sing, stay just a little bit long, and he'd play stay, and it would, you know. So
yeah,
that it's kind of like that thing. But I came upon mine in Clarksburg, West Virginia one night. I was leaving, and I just said, oh, if I got to play, even then I didn't even know it, and everybody started singing. The minute everybody started singing, I said, I got to do this. You got to.
oh yeah.
So I'm glad you enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Look, I'm just trying to, you know, I try to do interaction,
Right.
improv, and I'm trying to give folks a lot more than what they realize they're getting. You know, it looks like I just walk up with a guitar and I'm drunk and stoned and the whole thing and everything, but it's, you know, it's put a lot of work into it, and thank you for appreciating that.
Well, absolutely, a lot of people do.
So tomorrow night, thank you for coming down. Bring some books, and we'll see if we can. No, you know, that'd be great. You know, because I would like to see people, you know, read.
And I'm gonna.
If I didn't like the story, I wouldn't bother to, you know.
Yeah, right.
It's a sweet story, man. It's like I was going through it, and I'm going, all right, how's this going to wrap up? And it wraps up so nicely, and it's got so much heart,
Right.
and I think it's really a great story for right now too.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Coming from you, it means a lot.
Sure thing, brother. All right, now you and Diane coming by tomorrow?
Oh, we're gonna be there with bells on.
Bring some books and drop your socks and
whatever.
Anyway, Daryl, thank you so much for joining us. Diane, thank you, baby.
Yep. You bet.
Oh, there you are back there. All right, thanks, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for author of The Ghost of Putin Bay and a poet, by the way, Daryl J. Lukas. Daryl, thanks a lot, brother. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Mike. God bless.
Yeah. Hey, that was good, huh? That was cool. They seem like really nice folks. I like the poetry. See, he hasn't heard any of my poems. I think I'll recite one of my poems. A poem by Mike Mad Dog Adams. Up north, we all know in advance. With winters, you're taking your chance. There's ice and there's snow and the cold winds will blow and assholes won't pull up their pants. See, this is the kind of poetry you get from Mad Dog. Anyway, let's see who's still with us in the house. I hope you're having a good time joining us on a Friday night. We're having a few beers. We're getting some culture, some education. We're singing some songs. We're enjoying life because every day above ground is a good day. Can I get an amen? Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get a ride home? Can I get a social? Yeah, ziggy zaggy, ziggy zaggy, hoy, hoy, hoy. Ziggy zaggy, hoy, hoy, hoy. Who don't know strays? Green card. Oh my God. That's good. Thank you, Michelle. She's up there with the grandkids. So this is what it's come to. Here we are. I used to be out on the road all the time. I'd always be working Friday and Saturday. You know, back in my day, man, we would work because there wasn't all this entertainment in your home. Back in the 80s, I'd work 7 nights a week. You know, I could work 10 nights a week if there were 10 nights to be. So here I am now, 68 years old, just turned 68, and my grandkids are here, and we're broadcasting out of the basement. The times are crazy. We've gone through so many crazy changes, and we're all in this together till we ain't. Kristen Adams says, "Yay, Daryl." Yeah, I thought that was he was a great guest. You know, he's no Bob Adimoff. I mean, you know, when it comes to, Bob and I are buds. You know, we have a lot of adventures. It was wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Jim Johnson, he'll be home in 5 minutes. That means I got to do Lake Effect. You're already home, Joe. Okay, well, Bob Adimoff says, thank you for your gracious comments. Daryl and I should meet sometime. Yeah, man. Sure. Bob, you're the man. Love you, brother. And get well. Get well. Because, you got to keep putting me in these books that are making me so famous. It's true. I'm in most every Bob book. Tom Spaulding says Bob is a great writer. Bob has developed a great, So anyway, I thought that you would like to meet Daryl or at least hear about his book. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, The Ghost of Put in Bay. Let's change up the picture and throw a song in here. Let's see where we can go with this. You guys still with me? I'm a little disappointed we're missing a few people I was looking forward to seeing tonight for this old show. Here we go. Here's a good picture. Anybody recognize these cats? Well, you know who I am. I want to do a song. You tell me who these guys are. Oh, yeah. We can't find a way to make ends meet, so you find yourself a friend to cheat. What you gonna do when there ain't no friends around? Hey, you'll always have a helping hand if you show some love to your brother, man. Yeah, Father, I don't know what that was. Let your light shine on down, yeah. Father, let your light shine down. I want to see what peace and happiness really can be found. Like before, it's so true. Children don't know what they do. Father, let your light shine down. You're listening to the evening news, making you calls and sing the blues as the rat race crisis of the day resounds. Let the world do what it pleases. You got a friend and you got Jesus. Father, let your light shine on down. Yeah, I said, Father, let your light shine on down, down, down. I want to see the peace and happiness really can be found. Like before, it's so true. Children don't know what they do. Father, let your light shine down. Yeah. trip you take can cost you more than the bread you fork to pay the score. You get so high, you're 6 feet underground. Roll down your sleeves, find some Bible, wipe the dust off the family Bible. Father, let your light shine down. If Father, let your light shine on down, I want to see what peace and happiness really can be found. Not before so true, children don't know what they do. Father, let your light shine down. Yeah, Father, let your light shine on down. I want to see what peace and happiness really can be found. Like before, it's so true. Children don't know what to do. Yeah, Father, let your light shine down. I said, like before, it's so true. Children don't know what to do. Father, let your light shine on down. Yeah, shine on down. I said, Father. I said, Father. Father, let your light shine down. Shine on down, shine on down, shine on down. Yeah. There was an ending somewhere in there. Father, let your light shine on down. Okay. All right. Did anybody get the guess the picture? Let's see. You're wrestling a crocodile, and yeah, West Side Steve. Kathy got it. Kathy. You're wrestling a crocodile in the Congo in Breakwater Bay. Oh, I am in your book. I love being a hero in your book. I love being like a killer and a Navy SEAL. I'm an ex-Navy SEAL in Bob's stories. I remember running down the hill at Limekiln Dock. It's what I like to call it, Heart Attack Hill when you're going up. The Limekiln Dock at Put in Bay, and I'm running down, and Billy Market, the owner of the ferry line, he shouts out to me. He says, "Is that how a Navy SEAL runs?" Oh, yeah, that's Charlie Brown and West Side Steve, the one and only West Side Steve. Beautiful human being. Both of those guys. Charlie's one of my dearest friends in life. Learned a lot from this cat, too. You know what? I keep putting the pointer over there, but then I realize you guys don't see the pointer. I got to get the... Marty Taylor. Hey, Marty, you are my number one acolyte. I just like saying acolyte. It's nice to have an acolyte. No, I appreciate you, Marty. I really do. I try to appreciate everybody that does what I'm trying to do, which is just try to, make the most out of this life. Learn as much as we can. Be as much as we can be. Try to be as kind as we can to other people. And that's a process. It's a growing process. I'm at one of my favorite bars tonight. Sorry, I have been quiet. Got an earbud in, though, and loving the Friday night show. Thank you, Marty. Thank you, Marty. Well, happy Perch Church and Steve Wetzel. Good to see you, brother. Stephen Trendy from Lodi, Ohio. You know I love this song. Just about a year ago, I set out on the road, seeking my fame and fortune, honey, looking for a pot of gold. Things got bad and things got worse. I guess you know the truth. No, Lord, I'm stuck in the Lord again. You can sing it. I rode in on the Greyhound, baby. I'll be walking down if I go. I was just passing through. Must be 7 months ago. I ran out of time and money. Looks like they took my friend. the town, I sat and played while people sat there drunk. You know I'd catch the next plane back to where I've been. No, Lord, I'm stuck even Lord again. And I wonder, still I wonder, who stopped the rain. I went down Virginia, see the children from the stone. Got up in the stables, trying to keep on. Still the rain kept falling, wrapped in golden cake. And I wonder, still I wonder, who stopped the rain. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who stopped the rain. Woo! All right. Little CCR. I love telling the story about the first concert I ever went to. It was Creedence Clearwater Revival, Booker T and the MGs, and Wilbur Harrison at Public Auditorium. And I sat with the Hells Angels and drank from a wineskin and smoked weed. I was 12 years old. I was never the same again. It was wonderful. I got stories, baby. I got stories. All right, let's see what's going on, Kathy. Oh, we love Kathy. Kathy Grissom. I was on her honeymoon, by God. Me and Bob and Kathy on their honeymoon in the Cayman Islands for the book signing of The Other Side of Hell, which I wrote the 12-song CD for. So, and actually, I flew over a hurricane, a late season hurricane to get in. I saw the hurricane. I missed the evacuation. Tim Johnson is ready for Lake Effect. I'm ready. Maybe face plant. You know what, Tim? It's getting to the point where I just love doing this song for you. I have a social with us too. All right. John Schlitt, love them Mad Dog originals. Thank you, brother. John Schill, yes. And thank you for getting us through life. Janie, thank you. I appreciate your comments because they're so sweet and all the great comments. Thanks, man. Thank you, guys. It's great to, be able to share this life with you. I'm a man that lives for the joy of entertaining others. Let's get another picture in here. There's Charlie. Oh, I love Charlie. Charlie taught me. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do the song I wrote for Charlie. That's what I'm going to do. Let me just find another picture. But I learned from Charlie Brown, the guy that looks like Jesus right over there, how to be happy with little, very little, by living sparingly, by choice, because you're not a slave to your possessions, and you're not a slave to freedom. I mean, you have your freedom. That story is for another day, but I'm going to do the song. I'm just looking for a good picture. Are y'all still with me? There we go. There's got to be a better, easier interface with this. Come on. All right, we're going to do that. We're going to stop sharing that. There we go. We got this. I'm looking for a good. I'm going to do Charlie Brown's song. I think Yogi is Yogi watching. By the way, did I see Yogi up there anywhere? Yogi, you should be on your cruise, right? Anybody drinking with me on a Friday night from the Perch Church Basement of Love in Cleveland, Ohio? Tomorrow night we will be in Port Clinton at Mr. Ed's 7 p.m. show, because you know what? We don't do late night shows anymore. I don't want to be up picking and choosing and doing what the hell I want to do. I'm 68 goddamn years old. I've earned it. Can I get an amen? Yeah. All right. Port Clinton tomorrow night. I want to get a better picture though for the song. Well, I don't have one. We'll leave that up there. Social! Ziggy Zaggy Ziggy Zaggy, hoi hoi hoi! Ziggy Zaggy Ziggy Zaggy, hoi hoi hoi! 1, 2, 3, super! My friend Charlie is the man. He lives in his van every summer up at Putin Bay. Oh, you know what? I want to do this. There we go. That's better. He sails with the breezes and he looks like Jesus. If Jesus ever had a bad day. Well, come now November, you start to remember when it's getting kind of cold and gray. Take his van off the blocks, put on a new pair of shocks, pull it towards A1A. Oh yeah, you pull it towards A1A. He's hiding out in the Florida Keys. Everybody do what they please. We're drinking margaritas, eating senoritas down in the Florida Keys. Oh yeah, down in the Florida Keys. Now where's old Captain Bob? That dude quit his job, but he left him a mighty smart wife. He's paying alimony and he's eating bologna, but he'll be happy living on his boat the rest of his life. And come now November, he'll stop to remember getting kind of cold and gray. He'll take out a load, buy a motor home van, pull it towards A1A. Oh yeah, they're pulling towards A1A. He's hiding out in the Florida Keys, and everybody do what they please. We're drinking margaritas, eating senoritas down in the Florida Keys. Oh yeah, down in the Florida Keys. Well, you start to feel good, you start to get happy on the soft grass rolling by Miami. I'm a musician, I love to go fishing. I can boogie all night long. I'm hiding out in the Florida Keys. Everybody do what they please. We're drinking margaritas, eating senoritas down in the Florida Keys. Oh yeah, down in the Florida Keys. Come on, man, we're hiding out in the Florida Keys. Everybody do what they please. Drinking margaritas, eating senoritas down in the Florida Keys. No, 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 no. Down in the Florida Keys. No, down in the Florida Keys. Oh, down in the Florida Keys. Cha cha cha. Yeah. Woo. Was it good for you, baby? Are we having fun? I think we're having fun. It's Friday night. Perch Church of Love. I got time for, I don't know, 50 or 60 more. I ain't got to be anywhere till tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at Mr. Ed's. Come on by. I hate to even say this because we travel around, we do the show, and you know, $10 ticket price, $20, $25, $40. The highest ticket price I ever had for one of my shows was New Year's Eve in the Cayman Islands, and I worked in the Cayman Islands 6 weeks a year for about 12 years, and the same with British Columbia. I mean, I was running around fool, man. One time I went from British Columbia to Alaska. No, I went from the Cayman Islands to British Columbia to Alaska to Ohio to Pennsylvania to Italy in like 6 weeks, 8 weeks or something. Yeah, it was a freaking zombie. But, you know, I'd do it all over again. What a wonderful, here we go. Let's put it the other direction. Hey. All right. So tomorrow night, there's Yogi. Let me go back here. Yogi, are you on your cruise? Cheers, Tom. We love early shows. Brenda Fork. Thank you, Brenda. Yeah, my crowd, I don't need to be up at 2. If I'm up at 2 in the morning, smack me. If you see me up at 2 a.m. anywhere, I mean, trust me, I used to stay up all night playing cards and doing everything that you would think that a guy like me would do. Did it all, would do it again. Don't want to do it anymore. I'm too goddamn old. I don't want to be like Mojo Nixon. I want to hang around with the grandkids, the grandsons. They need me. They're going to need the old mad dog. Keep an eye on them. Set them on the straight and narrow. Can I get an amen? Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get a ride home? Can I get a social? Ziggy Zaggy, Ziggy Zaggy, hoi, hoi, hoi. Ziggy Zaggy, Ziggy Zaggy, hoi, hoi, hoi. Ein, zwei, drei. Yeah, there wasn't much in that one. Ooh. All right. Yeah, I even got into Mad Dog character today. I don't know. Well, I love y'all. Thank you very much. Hey, look who's in the house. Sam. Chris Reba Ventura. Sam, I miss your pizzas, man. I miss your smiling faces, you and your lovely wife at the Roundhouse Bar. Hey, Mike Mad Dog Ams, happy Friday. Julia, do you love me? Julia. Who else did John M.H. Hey, John. Tim Johnson, comment and let us know when you join us virtually for a social. I have to do Mongo's in Cayman? Get the fuck out. Really? No, get out. That's what they're telling him in Cayman right now. No. He's really at Cayman? Oh my God, I had such wonderful times in Cayman Islands. I do a lot of education too, because that's world-class money. I mean, it's not like, it's like maybe being in Switzerland. I've never been to Switzerland, but I'm thinking it's just, Cayman Islands was known for many years as the banking capital of the Western Hemisphere, the Switzerland of the Western Hemisphere. And they did that film, The Firm, or the book, The Firm, which turned into a film with Tom Cruise, Gene Hackman. I think Mongo was in that. I think Mongo was in The Firm. We had some of our friends that were in it when they filmed it down there. Anyway, we'll have to do a Cayman show. I got a lot of pictures. And in fact, Yogi was with me one time when we went down there, Yogi. Oh, and with Smith. Mongo's in the Caymans. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a lot of fun. And Don Klein, how you doing, buddy? You showed up just a little bit too. But the nice part about this, you can just watch it all over again. Port Clinton, Ohio, tomorrow night. There's no cover charge. That's what I'm saying. It's like they get $150 a ticket for my New Year's show in Cayman Islands at the Hyatt. Tomorrow night, no fucking cover. No cover. Nothing. Just come on in. It's I don't know. Maybe they should have a cover. Maybe $10, I think. See, I believe that a cover is important because it shows respect. If you don't have any skin in the game, if you don't have an investment in the show, if you just get to walk in, walk out whenever you want, you can fuck around with your phone and this and that, well, it's hard for people to have any investment in it. But if you pay a cover charge and you sit down and you want to be entertained, I'm the guy. If he brings you happiness, I wish you all the best. It's your happiness that matters most of all. And if he ever breaks your heart, if the teardrops all should start, I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. I'll be there anytime, oh, you need me by your side. Dry away the teardrops in my cry. And if he ever breaks your teardrops fall. Yes, I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. Teardrop falls. Oh, yeah. All right, I think we're reaching maximum density. Kristen Adams is still here. That damn Ambuta. And I'm going to go right through this. I got to do Lake Effect for Tim. Darren Klein is faceplant, a little ADOT problem. Ooh. Lori Whitaker, always a good time at the Perch Church. Thank you, Lori Whitaker. Woo! I dedicate this to Mojo Nixon, this show. Jennifer Johnson, sing another one. Sam and I are here. Sam, I am. Cayman Islands, New Year's Eve on a Sunday is interesting. No alcohol. That's not true. That's not necessarily true. Anyway, hey, Mad Dog Ams, happy Friday. Okay, I think I've Eric Moore. Eric Moore, there's a new one. Lori Leo Albrecht, TGIF. Beads, boobs, and beer. Now we're talking. Mary Lou Carr says Mr. Reds is great. Tim Johnson, we're booking a room right now for tomorrow. Oh, now I got to do Lake Effect. Bob Adamov, when I researched the Cayman Islands, I spent time in the Ministry of Finance and in the Royal Archives, which are in a cave over on Little Cayman. No. I interviewed the head of the Royal Caymanian Police. I think I saw a wanted poster in his office. Let me tell you something. I was very beloved in the Cayman Islands. I was the comedy pirate king, and I would be in the parades. I used to go at 3 different times. I would go for Pirate Fest, which was the end of October, early November, and I would perform 2 weeks at the comedy club at the Holiday Inn. And then I would go for Badabanu, which is the Easter festival, and then I would some other 2 weeks in between. So, but yeah, you know, I had a wonderful time and made a lot of wonderful friends in the Cayman Islands, man. What a smorgasbord of a show. Thank you, Carolyn. And Margaret is in the house. All right, we got to do Lake Effect. And I want y'all to come on by tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Look, come into Port Clinton early. Get yourself a room. We have a slogan at Mr. Edge. It's why drink and drive when you can take the elevator. Brilliant, right? So tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, I'll be on stage. I'll be telling stories, talking shit, singing songs. I'll be fiddling while the U.S. burns. You know it is. We all know it is. I don't know what's going to come out of it. Maybe better. Maybe worse. But it's a hell of a ride, ain't it? God bless y'all. Ziggy, zaggy, ziggy, zaggy. Hoi, hoi, hoi. Hans zwei, drei, super. Oh. Woo! For my friend Tim Johnson, Bob Adamov, Kathy Griffith, Dave Stasko, all y'all, Caroline Miller, Mary Lou Carr, and I've got to go up and mention everybody. Well, you're all in there. Yeah, I don't want to get to work on time. All I ever seem to do is whine. I've eaten up my credit line. Yeah, you can call it the Lake Effect. I forget about paying my bills. If they come, I'm gonna head for the hills. Oh Lord, I could use a few grown-up skills. Why don't you call it the lake? It's just the Lake Effect. Where to take effect? Don't make your life a wreck. Gonna drive you crazy. It's a modern day love affair with the water and the cool night air. Make you feel like a millionaire. Why don't you don't matter, my boat can float. I ran aground, that was all she wrote. You can call that one lick effect. I'm living on bullshit and beer. Getting by is my only career. Oh Lord, I'm just letting all these days disappear. You can call it the lake. It's just a lake effect, waiting to take effect. It's gonna make your life a mess, gonna drive you crazy. It's a license to destroy every brain cell it can employ. Everybody kick back and enjoy all in the lake effect. Sometimes late at night when I go out walking, I hear people talking, all their trash about me. Uh-oh, and yes, I'm going through another middle life crisis. Too many devices and not enough normality. Real, I haven't paid my income tax since my last job gave me the axe. Around the border, you can cover your tracks. You can call it the lake effect. So, buddy, can you spare some cash so that I can get rid of this rash? You shouldn't pick up dock trash. Call it the lake, call it the lake, call it the lake effect. It's just a lake effect, making you stay erect. Gonna make your life a mess, gonna drive you crazy, 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 crazy. It's a license to destroy every brain cell it can employ. Everybody get back and enjoy. Call it the lake, call it the lake, call it the lake effect. Woo! Was it good for you? Sure as hell was good for me. I want to thank y'all. It's been a privilege. And not a financial pleasure, but nevertheless a pleasure. By the way, I do appreciate the stars. I noticed that we've gotten a drop-off on the stars lately, you know. That's not why I'm doing it, but yeah, you know, it does come in handy. I always appreciate it. Just want you to know that I do. If you never got a mention or a thing of appreciation from me back for sending stars or the super pay or doing any of that stuff, it's only an error on my part because I try to respond to everybody. Anyway, thank you for being part of the Perch Church. And tomorrow night, Mr. Ed's 2 weeks from now, Riverview Yacht Club. Right? We didn't have that wrong. Let me just double check. See, I put it the other way. Yes, Riverview Yacht Club, Toledo, Ohio. See, now that's a 20. I think it's $25 ticket, and well worth it. Well worth it. We'll sell it out. It's all crazy. Anyway, love y'all. Don't let the world get you down, man. Eric Moore, listening from the balcony. Mary Lou Carr, perfect. Tim Johnson, thanks. I'll see you tomorrow night, Tim. I appreciate you guys so much. You and Jennifer, love you both. Stars on the Water. That would be a good one. Have fun with the grand doggies. All right. Each and every one of you, I love you. Take care. Every day. We'll see you next week. We'll do this again next week. Every day above ground is a good day. Ziggy Zaggy, Ziggy Zaggy. Hoy, hoy, hoy.